Oh, evening, everybody. There you go. A bit of more of an upbeat music track for you there, Stephen Cooper, as you were falling asleep to Thursday's one. A new year and new songs all round. And certainly there was before kickoff, which didn't please too many that the Janice song wasn't being played. I actually quite like the change. And you know what? Start the new year, something different. And seeing as we won, maybe don't change it. As Carl is late to the party.
Welcome to the show, Carl.
Evening, gents.
Carl just had to put his glow stick away.
No, the kettle took too long to boil.
Evening, gents. Gavin, how are we feeling tonight, mate?
Well, a bit ropey around the edges, but obviously very happy for a very solid, professional 3-0 win at home to a exceptionally poor Burton side. But yeah, very, very happy indeed. Stayed alcohol-free, feel crap, got a big week at work coming back, so didn't tuck into the red stuff or the black stuff either, which is a bit depressing. But yeah, I had a thoroughly lovely day, actually, I have to say.
Good. And Carl, yourself, how you doing?
Yeah, a bit better over my little lurgy I had earlier in the week. And yeah, just happy to get back to home park and actually see a half-decent performance. Yeah,
too true. And Andy, it's good we got the gang back. Yeah, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, well, these two laybacks, just going off and doing their own thing, leaving us two to it, last week. Oh, what's going on here? It's good to have you back, boys. We have missed you. But I'm feeling good today. Upbeat after that win today. It's the first win since September, the Stockport game. And we need to take that on and build on that now.
Yeah, we definitely do. Thank you, everybody who's joined us so far. I can see the chat is kicking into gear, so I'll get things going properly and we'll come to some of those comments. So, yes, good evening, everyone. And well, what a start to 2026. Unbeaten, no less. Yes, a point at Stevenage and finally a performance, 3 goals and 3 points. As Plymouth Argyle beat Burton Albion 3-0 at Boone Park. And as Andy said, our first win at home since September against Stockport. A perfect start at home park, which was very welcome indeed on a cold Sunday. 2 goals from set pieces. Yes, you heard that right. Defenders also getting involved in those. And then the league's leading goal scorer stepping up to smash home a penalty and put a big green bow on it all. 3 points in the bag, up to 16th. And here's the stat that really warms the soul. Argyle is currently sat 6th in the form table over the last 8 games. Who would have thought? Momentum finally building, confidence flowing, and suddenly 2026 could be looking very green indeed. Well, we all know this league and we all know Plymouth Argyle too well, so let's not get too carried away, but let's get into it. So yes, it was a good, solid performance. We won't hold the fact that, or ignore the fact, I should say, that Burton were not great. We're also missing some key players, but we know what that's like. And at the end of the day, it was just a case of delivering today, setting ourselves off on a good footing and making sure we took those 3 points. I'm going to go reverse order tonight. So Andy, it was a more confident, steady performance today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a really good performance today by all the players on the pitch. I thought Pepper was immense today. I thought his hold-up play was superb. Best I've seen him play for us, thankfully, and he's getting a bit better than that. Talard running his socks off again. I thought Rawls did great in the midfield with Boateng. Yeah, really good. Even Mumba had a good game today, Mike.
Yeah, so and Carl, the goals coming from, first 2 coming from set pieces. It was, Galloway's lovely little flick on into the corner of the goal was brilliant. So it was good to see him, back in. And as Argo 83's just said, Mr. Derriford was class today. He was also man of the match. They must have been feeding him well over Christmas up there.
Yeah, the Christmas turkey at Derriford's quite nice, so I'm told. So, yeah, I'm sure that's done him the world of good. But yeah, all joking aside, it was more like a performance what we're kind of used to. Or what we kind of expect and want to see. I just wanted us to see us be a bit more positive today, have a bit more dominance on the game. And I thought from minute 1, we were right out the traps and looking like the side that wanted to get that early goal, take advantage of the game. And yeah, everybody to a T played pretty well. The back line was strong. Obviously, Hazard had that brain fart in the first half, which got everyone a bit worried. They seem to recover from that reasonably well. Still the distribution's there up for talking points, but no, certainly a lot better from what we've seen at home the last few months. And yeah, it's looking like it's slowly coming together now. We're picking up some points. The form, like you said, with the form table, we're up into 6th spot in that. With injuries coming back, Caleb Wadd's coming back. It just gives us a bit more presence. It gives us a front foot when we're trying to attack. So yeah, it's looking a lot more positive. And with the away form now picking up, hopefully we can start climbing the league a little bit and hopefully have a few more happy faces on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I think it was one of those, Carl, where we had to start off on the front foot. Andy and I discussed that on Thursday. We all knew that really, we didn't want to let teams come at us, regardless of who it is, because this league is so up and down. And they beat Cardiff, didn't they, recently as well? So, and I think, sort of getting that goal on 21 minutes, we just, a bit like the away games, we've looked more structured, more disciplined. And the one thing, even you said it to me as we were leaving the ground as well, that we both picked up on, the players being more vocal. Certainly in the back line, you could clearly hear them shouting instructions to each other, and they really wanted to go out there today and I think deliver this win and performance.
I think it was actually nice to hear the players actually talking. I think the atmosphere was a bit flat. I think it was obviously it's cold, probably a lot of people still feeling the after effects of Christmas and the lurgy and stuff that's going around. And I think the way the games have been at Home Park, it surprised me the atmosphere wasn't a bit better, because the game was actually there to give us the impetus to create some atmosphere. And even with the goal celebrations, it felt a bit quiet, a bit like maybe we're just a bit in shock about scoring goals and winning at home. I think that's what it was. We weren't used to actually seeing a bit of attacking football, but no, it's certainly more like it. And it's actually nice to see us score now again from corners. So we can't say now, Argyle don't score from corners, because we seem to be doing that of late again. So, which we were early in the season. We kind of, I think it was Burton away. Since then, we haven't really scored many from set pieces. So it's obviously they've been doing some work on it on the training pitch. And he said Matt Bevans has done a lot of work with that. So credit to him on that. And hopefully we can, obviously set piece goals at this level is key. So it's nice to see us get some of those today.
It definitely is. Before I come to you, Gavin, I'm just going to read out some comments because they are flooding in, so I don't want to miss some. Stephen Cooper in at the start. Happy New Year, guys. What a start. Michael Hawke saying, evening, everyone. Did Reading play today or not? I don't know.
They did 1-0, I think.
Right, okay. Fair play then. Alex at Argyle, evening to you as well. Evening all. He says, evening Greens, bed's nice and dry tonight, says Argyle 83. And Gavin's in tonight with some good banter on Thursday, and also the watch along with that. Matt Montgomery says, hi Mike and the Block 9 Argyle crew. Good to be back and involved in the live chat. Missed the last 3 due to illness, yet listening to watch along versus Stevenage cheered me up. Good. Glad to see that you're back in as well. With us all on tonight. GT Come on the Green says, finally, yes, absolutely. And Anthony Yeo, evening you Janners, evening to you. Gutted McCabe is leaving. His goals and assists will be missed badly, says a sarcastic Argo 83. David Toms, evening to you, just like the old days. Is everyone asking, can Gavin beat his personal best with regards to bear wetting? 16 seconds in his current record. We'll see in a minute. Debbie Firth, evening to you. She says, evening everyone. Well, what a game. I hope you all enjoyed the match. Cold one, but 3 points. Nice. Nicholas G, evening to you as well. Evening, gents. Good win today. Paul Bailey's in as well, saying evening. Brian Pinaretta from Boston, Massachusetts. Good game today from Argyle. I was hoping for a few more goals. Come on, you Greens. Well, the guy behind me wanted one more because he would have won 100 odd quid on a £5 bet, but he didn't. Daniel Booth, yo, long time no see. Yeah, good evening to you. Kenny Pester says, Happy New Year, all. What we got there? Morris, who's retweeted the show as well. Thank you for that. Great win for you guys.
Welcome in, Mozza.
Yeah, did think you would think you would beat Burton, excuse me. Up the green, says Paul Geary, who's also retweeted. If you are on X, etc., or Facebook, please give it a retweet. Brian also says, I will say that Hazard almost created a hazard for us today, but I want to pick that up in a second with Gavin, because I thought he played a different style and actually did well with how they deployed him today. Simon Falk, good evening, lads. Barry, evening, chaps. Harry Van Zeno, evening, guys. How are we doing? Great win today. I was actually sat in Block 9 for the first time. Well, there you go.
Man,
Could have popped up to say hello. Daniel Booth saying, you're recalling Og better. Haven't heard anything our end. Wondering if you have, or not sure, to be honest. Too early probably at the moment. Let me just see if I can pick out a few more comments coming in here, because there's quite a lot. Dave Mortimer, evening to you, Dave. Brad has mocked the Ross sub, and he scored a minute later. Love all that. It's good. Sam says, evening, gents. Wish every Saturday at Home Park was like that. One of the most comfortable afternoons for a while, up the greens, he says. And Matt Montgomery also agreeing, and I don't disagree either with Andy. Actually thought Pepper was impactful during the first 50 minutes at Stevenage, and head up balls were well, and brought like some Mumba into the game. He did do really well today. And Kenny Pester, I'll read that one out. It's definitely not what we're used to, Carl. A step forward, but it's not that fast, free-flowing football we all want to see. Got the points, which is what matters, but the football is crap. Well, Kenny, you can't please some, can you, Kenny?
He was booing at half-time, Mike. Kenny Pester was booing at half-time. I heard him.
I think he knows what I mean. Obviously, we're not back to like the shoey championship winning season, but that's certainly a lot more what we want to kind of see. But obviously, a bit more, influence with attacking play. But
it's a move forward, and we'll digest a bit more of it in a second. We've also got Accidental Pilgrim in. It's quieter when people wear gloves. We've also got Locks9 in as well, saying to Mark's message earlier, we look like a football team, but Burton were not good. Yeah, said that at the start. We have good experienced players finally. VW Coco's in as well. Good evening to you. Yeah, so right, Gavin, I'll come to you now. Keep the comments flowing and respond to each other in there. It's always good to see. There was definitely some really good positives, Gavin. Hazard, for me, he's come into big criticism from most of us on here, saying that, maybe he should be dropped. But he seemed to be playing a higher line, and that seemed to suit Argyle. Stop the ball coming too far back, keeping the players forward. I thought Mumba had a really good game. Boateng had a good game as well. Rawls is clearly the difference maker in midfield, isn't he? Yeah. And as Andy said, Peppel did superb for me the whole game, holding the ball up and trying to create something from that. So how did you see that today?
He was better. He even punched a corner.
Yeah, he did. Yes, and that.
He came off his line to do that as well.
I gave that a standing ovation, and everyone around me looked at me as if I just shit myself. I was like, "Wait, he's." And they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, fair enough." I think we've been guilty, haven't we, when we play against a low block, from like whether it be McCabe or whether it be Rolls or whether it be Boateng, they've dropped deeper and deeper to pick the ball up like a quarterback, and the team's got deeper and deeper, and it means that the midfield and Talai and whoever's up top with him, Senny or Peppel, were about in different postcodes basically from the midfield, and then it all becomes disjointed. I think very simply the goalkeeping coach has probably just said, when we're dominating, just move up a bit. Although I think he did look like he was going to have a nosebleed at one stage, because he took the ball off of it. Was meant to go to Mitchell, I think, and he intercepted it. And I was like, "What are you doing? You're about 45 yards from your goal. Get back in." But it worked. They played a low block, didn't they? From pretty much minute one. Really interesting, actually. If that first goal had gone in, I think it would have been a rout. The one that hit the crossbar from Talai, what a finish that was. Just a half an ounce of weight off his shoe, and it goes under the bar and not brushes the underside of the post of the crossbar. They come for a low block. Once we went one up, it's always difficult then, and we've been there, haven't we? Where we've in the Championship, remember those we played 9 defenders against Leeds.
That worked well, didn't it?
Well, yeah, we did for 25 minutes. We thought we're gonna nail a shithouse 0-0 here, and then it was 1, 2, 3, and then we had no one on the pitch who could even get a shot away. And I think that's pretty much where they were today, to be honest. They didn't have much up top. I know they had lots of players out, but there was nothing. The more the game would have gone on 0-0, the more frustrated the fans would have been, the more frustrated the players would have been, played right into their hands. But the goal in the first half was really important, and it would have been brilliant if it had been the goal in the first minute, because that would have just blown their game plan in 60 seconds. But I thought we didn't play enough through the thirds today on a low block. I know they were sort of compact in the midfield, and then we didn't. Mumba, I thought, had a really good first half. Just a drive down the left touchline when we were really frustrated, going back and forth and back and forth. Nearly sung that song. What is it? We passed to the left, we passed to the right, or whatever it is. Because it was just boring as hell. But when Mumba gets the ball and he gets his head up and drives, we got down. Actually, that was the goal, wasn't it? That was the corner for the goal. So he drove down the left touch line, took about 4 players on, got to the byline, and won us a corner. We needed more of that. I think Amici probably needed to get more of that as well. And the problem is we're playing inverted wingers, is that when they get down the touchline, they're on their weaker foot to ping it across. But I thought we were decent for a win. It was probably a 7 out of 10 performance, probably at best. But it doesn't need to be any more than that, does it? If you're playing a weak team, you've just got to beat what's in front of you.
Yeah. I think it's I think the discipline, like Carl and I picked up on the vocalness of the the players sort of communicating to each other. You could see, and Edwards was the leader of that, but you could see that they just wanted to make sure they didn't screw up in those early stages, Gavin, and go and give something away, and that's the most important thing. And then Rules again, as we all know, he's got a contract now to the end of the season, and how important that is as well, and how big, an influence he had on the game.
He just
today.
breaks the game up really well. He's got a good left peg. He can spot a pass. He brings his midfield partner in to play, I think, really well, whether it be Boateng or whether that be Wiridou. He's just a class act, isn't he? He's played Premier League football. He's 32. He's been there, seen it, done it, got the T-shirt, the mouse mat, the coaster, the whole lot. He knows what he's doing. He's a good communicator. I saw the presser actually after the game today, and he talked really eloquently and well about that too. He just reassures everyone around you, really. It's kind of the sort of absolute peak Jordan Houghton. I think he's better than Jordan Houghton, but when we were in that 101 season, you had Houghton and Randall. Houghton was the guy that stood up and said, "Right, you're a young man coming through, Rands. I'll take responsibility. I'll make you look good, and I'll do all the really simple things really well." I think he's that and a bit more because he's got a really good left peg. And it's just like he should be the first name on the team sheet between now and May, basically, and probably for the playoff final as well. Get some casts out early of the old fishy before we get bombarded with statements. But no, it was a really professional performance. It was coached well. I like the whole chat about the training field work they've done with the set piece, which is really important. And we're getting back to having a good set piece now. Makes a big difference when you've got Xavier Amici and Rolls on the pitch because their pace of their delivery is so much quicker than Saranola's. I'm not trying to diss Saranola, but he floats it in, whereas there's a lot of bend and ping on both the left footers when they get a cross in, so or from a free kick or a corner. So it's pace beats everything, doesn't it? So it's really good. I was content, a bit like you, though. I thought the stadium was completely flat.
It was a weird one, wasn't it?
I think it was just shock.
I think no one recovered from the end of Semper Fidelis to go, what the fuck's this German techno going on about? Where are we going here?
It was a
Luke Littler song.
Walkout song. I didn't know that. But it was on about greens or some fields.
I quite liked it, actually.
We're going up, or whatever it is. But
no, it wasn't K-pop Demon Hunters. I know that off by heart. I've got two daughters. So I think no one really recovered from that, to be honest. And another did TC, because the first thing he said after his press conference to Charlie Price was, that must have been a technical error because no one asked for it. It'll be back next game. I remember the absolute raucous a few years ago when they got rid of Semper Fidelis for a few weeks. It was like pitchforks at dawn outside the director's office.
Well, Ben Collins just said he's going to be on the phone to Paul Bird. It is our song, so it should be played. But if you're going to do something to get it a bit more upbeat and bring a point of difference, then include it, but try and include both.
Well, just communicate it first. Don't just go surprise.
I don't think it will work at the end of games as well, because you're only going to sing it when you win. Let's be honest.
Correct.
Yeah, it is. But do you know what? Look, sometimes maybe they sat there and felt, well, we always play this, and rightly so because it is our song. But wanted to mix it up. But they rightfully going to take some grief.
I actually thought that the management said this song's doing our heading. Can you play something else? But for TC to come out after the game and say the technical hitch must have been that, I don't know. But no, I think we're in a reasonable place. We've now got a bit of time off. We've only got a cup quarter final or whatever it is against It's quarter-final, isn't it? Against Bristol Rovers, and then we've got away to Peterborough, which will be a challenge. But gives us time to get one or two more in. It gives us time to get one or two more fit. I noticed Mackenzie doing extras before the game today, which means that he must be nearly there or thereabouts of getting his kit on. Frey for QPR is exactly the one we'd like to see. I said that a few days ago. I got pelters for it in the group, but thanks, Carl.
Not as in a player, just more of a realistic target. But
well, he might come to a team in 16th, but he wouldn't come to a team in 20th, which is one game. But anyway, there we are. That's what it is. So I was pleasantly surprised. I don't think it was. It was a feeling of happiness, but not euphoria. Is probably the way I'd sum it up. But the season is a marathon, not a sprint. So we need to make sure that we're peaking at the right times in all these things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm going to just read out some more comments and then we'll go to the player ratings as well. We've got the goals, as usual, the clips from Sky Sports and the stats, and also the little short post-match interviews as we like to bring you. And also, of course, Gavin will give us an update on the Argyle women's defeat to Watford on yesterday's. What day are we on? Saturday's game. So Michael Hawke saying, Dream Team all back together tonight. Yeah, good to see you in, as always, Mike. And Reading getting another win as well, which aren't they on a run now? So Argo 83 says, I hope I never pee my bed again. It's been wet all season. People that are new to us, it's a joke.
Your mattress must stink.
There's nothing weird about this. It's just a joke. So Stephen Cooper saying, guys, do you think Finn will go on loan? I do. Clev said players not happy with game time, so some will go. He is obviously getting some minutes, but I would like to see him personally.
Who on loan, sorry?
More involved. Say again?
Who on loan?
I think Finn may be going out on
Finn.
loan.
Sorry. Yeah.
Locks9 says, we were the only team to win in the bottom half. Long may it continue. Dave Evans saying, Green Army. Yeah, evening to you, Dave. Seeing you and the boy, Eddie, with your little video with Brendan Galloway in the lounge. So that was cool. Stephen Vaughan saying, evening all, missed the game today. Had a late Christmas and New Year with family duties, but a great win. Ethan Prosser, evening to you. Hi all, hope you enjoyed the game today. Excuse me, still above us though. Yes, they did get back an equaliser after going 2-1 down. What a turnaround for them as well. So 7-2 win for the Tamertons under 15s. Carl, you can give us a bit of an update on that later.
I can't, I'm afraid.
You can.
I had Sophia with me, so it was so cold, and she wanted to go back in the car. So I kind of saw the first half, and then Philip scores a hat trick in the second.
I didn't really. Nice. Well, there we go. Well done to him then. Yeah, Locksline saying, pity we dropped those 4 points though. Simon thought in a different atmosphere. It is a different atmosphere. I said we had to keep our heads. We did. I think the cold had a big impact on it as well. People just hoping that we weren't going to mess it up. Terry Alford, can you do an Emmerdale watch along tomorrow? I haven't watched Emmerdale or those soaps in a very, very long time.
That's Paul Burton. He's the nearest one to it, isn't he?
Yeah. Matt Montgomery says, Gavin, I agree with your analysis after the Reading game on how we tried to respond with positivity after a mad 5-10 minutes. It was really conceding the 3 goals. Felt we carried that through to Stevenage. It's the character turnaround. That's the good thing that we wanted to see and needed to see. Michael Hawke saying, watched it on my boss's phone while he's watching our game. Looked like a much better performance. It was. Ruby and me, nice to see us on the front foot from the beginning. Would prefer Argyle to play 4-3-3 at home. Only 9 points off the playoffs, indeed. Spicy Wedges, evening to you. Happy New Year, chaps. Had 2 tickets to go today for my first game of the season with my lad, but decided against it due to the weather warnings. Gutted I didn't go. It's just as bad maybe as Harvey going Christmas shopping and missing the 5-1 beating of Doncaster. Terrible. He'll never live that down. Daniel Booth, as well as Barnsley fan, just to let you know, if you're listening, really think it would have been a different scoreline if Charlie Webster was playing. He brings the fizz, Burton needed. Yes, they were without some key players. Claire Santillo, my son and I enjoyed the game today. Good evening to you. I think it's your first time on the show, so welcome. We also have a couple of others in here. I got to Ben's where he said he's phoning Paul Byrne about the song. Ian Barron, hi everybody watching. Hope you are well and having a great weekend. I am a Darlington FC fan. Remember us back in the day, memories. Evening and welcome to the show. We welcome all fans in, so good to see you in. Nicholas G, got to stop getting yellow cards for kicking the ball away. Yeah, silly little disciplining things again that we've got to iron out. Oh, there's loads coming in. Oh, what have I seen there? Argyle Life Green and White podcast. Evening, Shaggers.
We're not worthy.
Evening to you
Good
too.
evening,
So, Accidental Pilgrim says it's called a Snickers now, Gavin. Right, let's get on to the player ratings. But before I do that, just to let you know where to find us. So obviously we're on all the major social platforms, Instagram, X, YouTube, Blue Sky, and Facebook. You can find more about us at theblock9.co.uk, where you can also go to our merchandise shop, and all the podcast platforms are all listed on there. But we are on all the whatever the main ones are, but Apple and Spotify are the two big ones. And we do have our Discord that we are trying to grow, where we want to bring a bit more of a Argyle focused chat to all things Argyle. So if you can, scan on that or search for it, and then come and join us on there as we look to grow that too. So wherever you are, please give us a like, a follow, or a subscribe if you're on YouTube. Everything helps. And you can now join us on YouTube. So we've got a couple of options for you on there, where you can pay a small monthly fee to support the show and all that jazz. So go and check that out. We appreciate everybody that's been with us since day one and that joins us, that's new to the show. We welcome you all. So player ratings. Here we go. So we've got, just for those that are listening post, so Hazard scoring an 8 today, his highest for a while. Galloway, 8.2. Mitchell, 7.5. Pleggy, 7.6. Edwards, 7.1. Mumba, a 7.5. Boateng, a 7.5. Rules, a 7.9. Amici, a 6.8. I think that is probably fair. Peppo, a 6.6, which I'm not sure that's fair. And Talai, an 8.7 with the star man. Not sure if I would have Andy had Talai as my star man.
Because he's got an assist and a goal. That's all the reason.
Well, possibly, yeah. So it inflates his score. Yeah, it's fair enough. The same as it did with Boateng getting his score. So Andy, pick out the bodes from that. You know, who for you? You said Peppo at the start. I think his score is a bit low, isn't it, for what I think he did in the game?
Yeah, very much so. He did a lot of hold-up play today, Peppo, and anything that was that sort of chest height to him, he dealt with, and he brought down and he brought players into play. So I thought that's a bit low, that really. Rawls for me was the standout player. His experience, you can see the experience in the midfield there. He was brilliant today. Mitchell had another good game. Dare I say it, Mumba had a half-decent game. But Talai, it's going to be a higher score, but I don't think it's the highest. He took the goal well with the pen. But did a lot of running, huffing and puffing. He was very unfortunate in the first minute, but
got a hell of a lob.
And Amici, I think, is a bit low as well. I think Amici had a half-decent game. So, yeah.
Excellent. So, Carl, coming to you then. I think for me, Plaguey looked like he was back to his normal best, but obviously went off with that calf injury. We don't know how bad that is. So that was a shame. He was rested, obviously, for Stevenage because he looked a little bit heavy on that knee and didn't have the best of performances at home to Wickham. It was good to see him back in. Mitchell, again, pairing up really well. And the Galloway coming back. I mean, an 8.2 there. He got the goal as well, and he defended solidly and got man of the match.
Yeah, for me, he was my man of the match up there with Joe Rawls. I thought he was brilliant, vocal, defensively solid. Again, gives us that experience. I think Sornola's been pretty poor in recent weeks, so I was happy to see Galloway back. And even going forward, he was pretty decent. So linking up play pretty well. Hazard 8, that's probably for his clean sheet. He didn't have much to do either, to be honest. Apart from
made one good save of the mess he created himself.
Well, yeah, there was that one. I think that's a bit generous giving him an 8. Amici, I thought, was quite quiet most of the game. He didn't do anything too badly. He did okay, but yeah, nothing special, but it's good to see him back. Mumba, a bit better. I don't want to criticise too many people because I thought everyone played pretty well. I mean, he drove the ball up the pitch well, like he always does, but it's just that final pass, the final ball for me, he just ends up losing it. Defensively, he did better as well. Pepper will score 6.6. That's quite low. Deserves a 7 in my opinion. But no, yeah, I thought everyone was pretty solid. And I think with Watts coming back, hopefully starting in a few weeks' time, we'll see a lot more creativity going forward. So, and obviously, hopefully another maybe a signing or two before the window closes. So yeah, lots of positives going forward, I think personally.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Gavin, it's Hazard just played a different style today. We've obviously moaned, as I'm sure a lot of you have, and those in the chat have agreed, that he doesn't come off his line. He looks hesitant and it doesn't give confidence to the rest of the team. But he was playing at higher line, as I said at the start. I felt that did, have an impact on it. He did cock up that with that pass to, was it Boateng, trying to recall Mitchell, and he did pull off a great save. I mean, that could have just turned all the hard work on its head, but it didn't because it didn't go in. But yeah, for me, Boateng has come up, Gavin, for a lot of criticism. I've been sort of on his side. I felt in a team that's playing well. I know most other players then do. Mumba having a good game today. But, with Rawls next to him, they just seem to be playing with so much more confidence and able to sort of move around the pitch a bit more, knowing that you got someone that can dictate the play very well.
I think the reason why he gets stick is because his performances are different to Weredu when Weredu plays. Yeah. Weredu's a bit more eye-catching. Like the first, thing Weredu did today was a massive sliding tackle, really hard to back the ball out of touch, a real statement challenge. I think he does a lot of the stuff that's more probably easily sort of accessible to a fan who's like watching the game live after a couple of shandies. Which is normally me. Whereas I think Boateng does a lot of unsung hero type stuff. He wins the ball back, gets to go in. He mops up well. He wins a lot of headers in header tennis. Not surprisingly, being he's 6'6" or whatever he is. But he does a lot of the sort of unfussy stuff quite well. He has got a pass on him. He does score goals at good times. That he's got, I think, 4 points from his boot so far this season. 1 win, I think it was Blackpool he scored, and then the equaliser on New Year's Day. So I just don't think he's as eye-catching. Weredu drives the ball at the pitch a lot more. But they're different. And I think if you watch the presser today, Joe Rawls actually gives a really good, far better than me, eloquent synopsis of the 3 different types of players that they are in the middle. And Rosie's got a great left peg, so he's got a bit more eye-catching, but he also does the dark arts quite well. So, look, he gets stick, but he's consistent, and he's always 7 to 7.5, I think, every game. And, what is nice, and which Tom, I think, said in the post-match presser, is he's got 3 informed central midfielders. He can only play 2. That's great because they're all going to be all over each other in training. They're all going to be pushing each other on. And when one comes on off the bench for 30 minutes, they're going to try and stake their claim for the next game. So, this is what we've been craving, desperately craving, since September, is having a squad that's competing with each other and driving each other on in terms of their own performances. So long may it continue, quite frankly.
Yeah, and just a note on the subs. Obviously, Matthias Ross came on for Pleguezuelo, and I thought, he did well. Again, he's someone who's also come up for some criticism.
Again, so if you look at the midfield 2 and the 2 centre-halves, we've got 3 in 2 positions. I wouldn't care who of those 3 started, because they're all in form. They're all very capable players, and they're all adding value when they're on the pitch. So it's nice to have a spine of a team, both the centre-half, both the central midfielders, that are interchangeable, but we've got 6 players for 4 positions, and they're all in form. So let's keep them all fit, and then that means we're going to have some quality depth going into the last bit of the season.
Yeah, and so The Caleb Watts also came on, wasn't as obviously impactful as he was in the Stevenage game, winning that free kick and then setting up Boateng for the equaliser. But again, as the more he gets into a game, the more he's going to just come on. It's exciting to see him back as well. We also had Matty Sorinola come on, and as we just mentioned, Brendan Wiredu, who just came on. And as you just said, Gavin, I mean, obviously Boateng stayed on. You know, you had Rawls come off and Michi come off. Obviously, Plegazuela because of the injury, Mitchell as well, and Pepper at the on the 60th minute. So he just was like, I want to stake my claim, and he was pitting challenges in everywhere, winning the ball. He did really well.
Word is a very, very good player in midfield. Yeah. Caveat.
It's amazing what you can do in your natural position, isn't it?
Yeah,
incredible.
With the Dempel end was singing, "We all need a team of Brendan Wiredu's." You sure heard that?
There was a lot of new songs from them today, which was good to hear. So, but yeah, no, look,
he's a very talented footballer in that holding role in midfield. He will push Boateng, who is clearly the teacher's pet at the minute, because no matter what happens, Boateng starts, right? That's fine. That's not a problem. If that's what Tom feels is right, as long as we're winning games, no one cares. He never makes a big howler, Boateng. He's not the best midfielder in the league, but he's not by any stretch the worst. And he's come up with a couple of goals recently. But having those three, obviously they get on well as well, pushing each other on at training and having one coming on chomping at the bit like Wiredu would today is not going to affect us. In fact, it will lift our game for those last 30 minutes every week.
Yeah, no,
I said this with Rolls and Boateng in the centre of the park. It's giving Boateng a lot more freedom to go forward and venture forward. You know, that's what I like about Boateng, and he does drop back and help out as well.
Yeah, no, look, I think today, you know, as we've caveated, or I did at the start, you know, Burton were missing some key players. We've all been there though, and you know,
no sympathy. No sympathy at all.
No, exactly. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. If we don't go and win these games, then it isn't good. And you know, there was still a lot of criticism and question marks over TC. And you know, and as the form table I'll bring up a little bit later will show that, you know, actually there is some good to look out for. I think. And I don't have an issue with those that want to focus on it are still not happy. But you know, what we needed today was for that performance to arrive at home, to settle the nerves, get a good result, 3 goals, 3 points, you know, clean sheet, and we suddenly jump up to 16th. Yes, you could shoot straight back down, but if we can go on a bit of a run like Reading have done recently, you know, in Peterborough, etc., although they lost today 5-2, then you know, then that suddenly changes the game. By the end of January, that league will start to form a gap at the bottom end.
Matt Montgomery's comment there, Mike. Sorry, mate.
That's right. Go on.
It's talking about Peppel getting more game time, which is good. He needs that. And instead of having like 5-10 minutes at the end of the game, he's getting more game time now. Forced, unfortunately, because of the injury to
Senny.
Senny. And so he's going to get that time. So it's only going to grow his confidence even more. So yeah, good shout, Matt.
Yeah, by the way, it's getting games in it and getting that run, you know. So he's something different to Lie. You know, he doesn't have some of the abilities that Aseni has, but he's taking his chance, and I have to say he's doing his best with it. Possession stats wise, so here we go: 66-34 in Argyle's favour. We don't normally see wins off the back of ball possession like that, but blind me. XG for all the XG fans out there, a 2.58 XG for Argyle, a 0.59 for Burton, no surprise. Total shots, 20 to Burton's 8, 5 on target for Argyle to Burton's 2. 3 big chances, being the goals effectively, 1 to Burton, which must have been the hazard save. Yeah, 84% accuracy in passes, which is the highest we've seen for a while, 63% in Burton's respectfully. Fouls committed 7 and corners 9 to their 4. So how many yellow cards was it in this game? I've got
2 for us.
2 for us.
Yeah, Mumba and Talai. Yeah, just checking that out there. So there's the possession for you. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'll read a few more comments out and then we'll go and see the goals. I'm going to go from the top down. So VW Coco saying, our early bit of luck was Alex Hartridge going off injured as his long throws were dangerous. Yeah, it's a good point. Ruby and me saying Galloway scored an absolute peach of a goal, as you will see again in a minute, from the corner to set us up on our way to victory. He really deserves award named after him in Derriford Hospital. Michael Hawke saying, Argyle TV said Mackenzie is in training. Finally, will we get to see him sooner or later? Ibrahim is out for months. It's probably, I think it was 3 months or so.
He was out for months. I think it's about the end of this month training.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Then if that's earlier than what I thought I heard, then great.
I think he's on the grass, but not in full contact training. Is that right?
If you look at the behind the scenes video, he's on the grass with the squad doing training and bits. He's probably not.
Even Ibrahim was on the pitch the other day doing some running. So
yeah, he was. Yeah. So they're all. I think they're all coming back at rate of knots, which would be nice.
Yeah, which is good. Maybe that Cairo, sort of recovery, frozen recovery treatment is doing wonders.
Or it could be a chiropractor.
Still a bit concerned though that Pleggy has had to come off, but that's a different injury. Stephen Cooper then saying also earlier, no news on Mackenzie, anyone, as we've just updated you there. Argo83 said, I thought Burton looked very dangerous today. We struggled with their attackers and they could be promotion contenders. Not. Good bit of banter there. What we got, Matt Montgomery saying, Ross has me sitting on the fence. He reads the game well, however, tends to bottle one-to-one challenges in the tackle. Maybe he suffers a bit more of nervousness when Argyle have not really defended well. But I thought he did well, and his score says so as well for coming on for Pleggy. So let's see if that continues. Paul Bailey saying there's a 2.5 million release clause on Talai. So I did see an earlier comment saying that was it Celtic? There was a rumour that Celtic were going to pick him up and loan him back to us. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. That's for sure. Right. I'm just going to go and get on with the Sky Sports highlights. So let's roll that and enjoy.
Let's wipe that lens in, mate, will you?
Look at that.
Oh, that goes in. That's a great start. Isn't it?
That would have been brilliant. That did set off the intent from the whistle, though. Just brilliant finish. Talai tries to like stick his leg out going forward, dragging the defender away.
Great connection.
What a finish.
Now, some header by Mitchell. Jeez.
Yeah.
The other big
save.
In fact, it's on his left. Let me carry it.
Oh, they're going to show this then.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Dear. Again, any decent team will put that
keeper
away.
That forward got no confidence at all, did he?
Well, he did well to spread himself, did he? Is this Mumba down the left here?
Did well then, but he got that back.
Now that was a corner. That was definitely a corner.
I was right behind it. He picked it on the post.
There we go. Yep. Good spreading of the ball. Brilliant cross into the box.
Pace.
Yeah, I thought that was offside. We were level with that, Mike, more or less, weren't we? And I thought Talai was offside there.
No, we don't care. As we have him blocked on, we have a guy that every game about 20 times says, "Keep up, linesman."
Oh, that's what. Yeah, that's funny.
You're going to win some and you're going to lose some of those, but once it was in our favour.
He just pulled to the floor.
Yeah. He went the same corner. Fair play to him.
I'm so glad he didn't Paneka it.
Well, the goalkeeper was given a lot of stick as well, wasn't he? Because he dawdled around the penalty, and then Talai shoved him forward, and then he was lifting up the back of the net and all that rubbish. And it was good that Talai went and buried that, Wickham miss, whichever one it was now, actually. So that was good to see for sure. But it was good. It was good. The two of the goals came from set pieces, but just the way that we handled those set pieces, we've typically tried to whip the ball in, and it's not come to much. So the short corner leading up to Ross's goal and the first as well, just the build up. You just felt every time there was a corner today, I just feel you felt like we were going to get a chance. And I posted all 3 goals on YouTube and possibly X. I can't remember now, because I just took the punt in that we were going to score from them, and got my luck today. So it was good. Good to see that, and good to see other players other than our leading goal scorers getting on the score.
Nikki in the comment section. She gave us a little bit of false news earlier on, Mike. So that game that we should have won, last game we won in September, wasn't. It was Rotherham, of course, originally. So
Rotherham, right? Okay. Fair enough, but it's still the first win at home since September, and that's the point, isn't it? More than anything. So, right, let's get Tom Cleverley's post-match thoughts as well now.
He's actually smiling in this one.
Gaffer, first home game of the new year and a victory. Must be pleased.
Yeah, very, very pleased. I thought we were well worthy of the 3 points. Gave the players a challenge to be as positive as we could be from minute 1. Hit the crossbar in the first minute. We had 12 shots first half. I think 3 on target, 5 corners. Really put them under pressure, and they repeated that second half. We're always in control of the game, and delighted with not just today, because this is what with all respect, we expect to be winning these games, and we've not done enough this season. But I think the players that can deserve a couple of days off because of the block. Last 10 games, 17 points. It's top 6 form, and over a long period of time. We've showed top 6 form maybe in 4 or 5 game periods, but to do it over 10 now really feels like we're going in the right direction, and we have to build on this when we return.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, Carl, he's got a smile on his face there. His celebrations at the end. I mean, he was the first one going over to the Devonport, at full time, and just, I mean, the difference. He knew how important it was for the players to deliver that. As it's not. I think he's done everything that he's needed to do. Just at home, it just hasn't clicked in recent games. Whereas today it did, and fair play. He needed that probably more than us, in fairness.
Yeah, it's nice to see him a bit more relaxed and a bit more happy in interviews. I think it was only a matter of time with players coming back into the side, things starting to gel. And he's looking a bit more as he was in pre-season, when he looked fresh, young and ready to go. But yeah, hopefully this January we can hopefully back in with a few more, and hopefully we'll long may it continue, and hopefully we might get some cleverly ole chants going again soon. You never know.
It could be.
Block 3 need to have a love-in with him, and make up, don't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you said that before. Exactly. Look, we'll see. It's a long season, as is always said, and it's been a tough one. But what we want is to see that survival, and actually, if we can go and end the season on a bit more of a positive, then great. Matt Montgomery saying, please, Derek Adams and TC have a look at Barney Stewart at Falkirk in the January. 6'3" striker, threat everywhere.
Barney and Peffel. It's all going on now, isn't it? It's going to be Flintstones up.
Dear me, we'll have to play with a few.
Especially if they play up top together and one assists the other.
This is when the show goes so far downhill now, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. He's saying Englishman, 22 Englishman, intelligent and physical striker, valued at 125k. Stephen Cooper saying, well done, Burton fans, for those that turned up. They did pit on, in fairness, well done to Burton. They did pit on free coach travel for anybody that wanted to come down, but not that many. There was about 200, I think, that were there. What else have we got? Nikki saying, I did say, Andy, straight after it was Rotherham. You obviously weren't paying attention on the walk home or wherever that was.
Argyle 83 is desperate for me to buy a bed sheet for my bed in case I have a little tinkle in the night. Send me a link, Argyle 83. I think we should probably do a Block 9 bed sheet with rubber underlay.
You took the words out of my mouth. I can quite comfortably do that, and maybe I can get the logo positioned in that extra special absorbent area. Oh dearie
with
me!
A rubber underlay.
Hey, I can transfer on anything, so a bed sheet is absolutely perfect. So there'll be one winging its way in the post to you, or I'll drop it to you personally, Gavin, and Argyle 83. So I reckon that's a good 10, 15 quid line, that one. Anyway, moving on. Let's hear from Brendan Galloway, if I can find his clip. Let's see what he had to say at the end of the game.
First game of the new year here and winning, obviously a great thing. It's not been something that's gone well so far this season. However, could today be a turning point?
Yeah, I think that it could. We had a tough draw a few days ago. Now we come back to home and we've got 3 points. So 4 points in the last 2 games. We're happy with that, and we still know that there's loads of stuff to improve, and we're gonna work hard on the training pitch to keep on improving. And I think that the home form can really help us in this back stretch of the season, and we need to just keep on going and keep on fighting.
That's some scar he's going to end up with on his eye, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it now. He's done. It's healed. That's what he's going to look like forever.
Yeah.
That's a bigger scar than Dan's scar, for goodness sake, isn't it?
Oh, God. Yeah, I think, he's always sort of, the way he is, Brendan, doesn't sort of give too much away. But yeah, it's just, we got to carry that momentum on now, haven't we? So, we don't, that's where, we don't want to get carried away, but we will enjoy the moment because this league can have everything turning on its head. I have got, I should say, Harvey, England's post-match as we like to play. So let's run that as well for you all.
Right then, so that's full time. Plymouth 3, Burton Albion 0, and that's got the score prediction right. We're unbeaten in 2026, a draw and a win. Pretty sure I've heard someone say that puts us up to 15th. By a clean sheet, and most importantly, 3 points today. That's a side we should be beating comfortably, and I'm glad we have. We move on now, we've got a week off, a week in training. It looks as if the team's starting to pull together. We've still got this January transfer window, which was said 3 signings, and we've still got some loans to use. But it's a very positive start to the new year. We need to keep it running. If we can keep this gel going and, maybe, who knows, sneak into the playoffs. Speaking ahead of ourselves. What a win today. Buzzing with that. See you in the next one.
So I haven't watched it actually before.
You cut out the "Come on, you greens" at the end.
No, we got it at the end there.
Actually said it.
Come on, you greens.
Who knew that Harvey was a secret, not lemonade drinker, but happy clapper? Who knew that?
Yeah, he is.
Who knew that?
Yeah, he's
those of a certain age who understands the Schweppes advert. That's for the reference.
Oh God.
Lemonade, wasn't it?
He is hoping to join us on Thursday. So we'll get some more thoughts from on Harvey. But please go and give his YouTube channel a follow if you don't already. Of course, Harvey England. Just search for that on YouTube. But yeah, he sort of playoffs. Gav. That's he's making a statement there, isn't he? But hey, it's 9 points, as I think Lock's 9 pointed out to us in the chat earlier. It's just crazy how this league is, and by the end of Jan, could be close to it.
Yeah, Lock's 9 against Peterborough is a must-win. Everything's a must-win now. He's like, it's got to be a must-win. It's a must-win.
Well, they lost 5-2 today.
I know they did, but
you had 1 defeat in 8
today was probably the only game I would say was a must-win because we needed to get a good rack of points out of this window, out of this little group of games that we'd beat in the shit. I'd happily go to Peterborough and get a point. I think that'd be a good return. Look, we're getting there, aren't we? What I really like is Watts is back on the way back. Mackenzie's doing extras and is in training. Ibrahim's probably got 4 or 5 weeks left and he'll be back.
Do you reckon he'll be back earlier than March then?
Yeah, I think so.
He said March, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was February, March, wasn't it? Was the deadline. Aseni will be back in 4 weeks. He said that today because he came into hospitality and had a chat with Gaz. So he's confident he's back in a month, which is good. We got 1 striker on the way, Michael Frey, please.
Yeah, it's good.
Not Oxlade-Chamberlain then, Gav.
No. Oxlade? No,
Frey not.
Yeah, I won't say who I talked to earlier about Oxlade-Chamberlain, but Mr. Hawk, get your information from someone else, please, because it's wrong. That's what it is. I thought it was his brother to start with. I thought, that's an interesting signing. And then I realised it was the one from Truro. Anyway, there we go. But it's coming together, isn't it? And if you think today, without there's been no Dale, there's been no Such, no Belarus. We've not mentioned him.
on the bench either,
no McCable, who's going back. We know that. No Mackenzie.
Owen
No.
Dale.
So we got some proper serious. No Ibrahim. We got some proper serious players coming back. It's like how many of the top, the core team that was in our bad times might even get the bench when we're there or thereabouts. So no, it's very encouraging, and I think the whole sort of free flowing sort of like football of El Clasico of years gone by will only come back once we get these players back in and we can find a formation to get as many of the attacking players on the field as possible. And I think in that case, then Joe Rolls will literally be holding up the dam himself in front of a back four, and everyone else will be bombarding forward like maniacs, which is probably what you want to see at home. And then away, be a bit more pragmatic. I will say that back four today, I think was really good, and I'd keep that if we could for a while, with either them or Ross and Pleggy. But Galloway just gives us so much more defensive intent. Back there, it's just such a safe pair of hands, and even when he slotted into centre half afterwards, it was seamless, wasn't it? He's just a great player. And
I don't know if Mike will bring it up, but Corno Such, what do we think about him potentially maybe moving on, or what his role is going forward now?
Again, another one who's not in the squad today. Such, he's.
Is he a right back? Is he a centre back?
I don't think he knows. I
don't think I know, to be honest.
Because even in his interview when he welcomed to the club, it was like I'm a right-sided centre back, right-sided centre back, or right back. I think he's pissed off. He's not getting more game time. Rightly so, because as a pro, you'd think you're better than the players you're playing against, but you've got the club captain in your position, so it's difficult with a man of that status and just his sheer strength of personality gets us over the line at times, as we all know. Hull last year or the year before, rather. So he's going to struggle. So maybe if we can, he'll be on a fair few quid as well, I imagine. So if he does go, it frees up some nice budgie for us to bring in another player. That's what I'm going to say.
So let's just spend a few minutes talking about some of these suggested players. I've seen quite a few comments coming in, and Carl, I know you've been sort of responding to some of them, I think, from what I can see coming through. So yeah, Carl, give us a few thoughts on some of the potentials that you would like to see and what others have mentioned in the chat.
Well, I think obviously during the week we mentioned, obviously Gavin mentioned about Frey. I think that would be a very decent signing. Whether that will actually happen or not, I don't know. I think dropping to League One, I don't think he'd do personally. I mean, he's at the end of his career now, was he 32, 33?
31.
31, is he? He looks a lot older. Over 30 then. Yeah, I think he would be an immense signing. Again, he's Swiss as well, isn't he? So a Swiss combination up front with Tolai, that would be nice. I've always been a big lover of Jatta at Notts County, and I know Gavin thinks he might not be able to step up, but again, Tolai didn't play League One until the season either.
But I think Jatta can score goals. I think he's got all the physical attributes.
I think
his
better
attitude's wrong. That playoff final last year, semi-final at Wimbledon, he completely lost his shit.
Well, so did Tolai, didn't he, with his red card?
Yeah,
it can happen to players. People get frustrated. I think he's shown enough in League Two to warrant a shot at League One. I think he's a better all-round player than Pepple could be.
That's fair. That's fair.
Obviously, Longstaff at Millwall is a decent shout on loan. Sam Gallagher, obviously. Again, ex-Argyle, that might have something to do with it. Maybe he'd like to come back and end his career here. I don't know. Again, he's injury-prone, so would we want to go down that route of signing another injury-prone striker? Probably not. Ronan Hale at Ross County, we were linked with in the summer. Again, scoring some decent goals this season. I think he's got 7 already. Aaron Morley, another midfielder, we've been linked with from Bolton. I think that would be a tasty signing, but it's whether we could fit him in now with. I think him and Rawls together could be a nice combination. But yeah, there's some decent names being linked. It's whether we can get any over the line. Well, obviously the loan spots as well. You've got a few options there, so we'll see.
Yeah, I just seen Daniel Booth, the Barnsley fan, just saying they were linked, or we are linked with Jatta, he says, as well, but said it was too far away, so can't see him going to Plymouth. No, I mean, sort of, Gavin, the January transfer window is going to be interesting, isn't it? I don't think it's going to be an easy one. It's going to be a tough one for everybody. I think there's, highlighted before about the project players being on, these 4-year contracts and reasonably good money as well. So to find a decent player to come in to fill a couple of roles is going to cost. So the offloading, obviously McCabe's gone back. We've secured rules to the end of the season, and that's definitely was the right thing to do. But yeah, it's not going to be easy, is it? And I think we've all got I hate to be the negative here, but I just think we're going to have a rough one, I think, in January. But we'll just see. We'll see how it pans out. And hopefully it does prove to surprise us. And can Derek Adams, Gavin, pull some rabbits out of the hat as well?
There was some mention earlier of a player in Hungary after the game in Diamond. I don't know who it is, but there were some mention of Derek's found some player from Hungary.
After Spasaki's son, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be good. I spoke to Paul Burton for 10 minutes or so before the ladies' game, which we'll come on to yesterday. And he wasn't buoyantly pom-pomming his checkbook out, going, come on, we're hungry, at all. He was sort of saying, look, all the lower league clubs are going to have a real struggle in January. Everyone overinflates the prices of their players because they don't want to lose them. He wasn't sort of telling me that there's this big pot of gold that's going to sit at the end of the rainbow for us to play from. But saying that, I think this is probably the biggest budget that Derek Adams has ever managed, isn't it? £9 million, including fees. He must have think he's won the Euro Millions. Derek Adams is used to pulling rabbits out of the hat for 50p and a very melty Mars bar. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. But it would be a typical Derek Adams signing to find some random from Hungary somewhere who rips up the league, I have to say. Who knows? I think they're well prepared. I've got far more confidence in Derek Adams with Derek Fox.
Derek Fox.
They're all Dereks now. They're all clones of Derek. But I've got much more confidence in those two than I did in, like anyone probably did in Rendell and.
So if we're saying we're bringing in potentially 3 players, what positions would those 3 players be in your book?
Got to be a striker,
goalkeeper.
Yeah. Hands down.
No, he's not a goalkeeper at all. It's got to be a striker. It's got to be a wide attacking winger, I think, proper winger.
Would you go for another centre
I
mid?
think it's probably got to be either attacking midfielder or a midfielder that can play all 3 positions, defensive, midfielder and attacking midfielder. That's my guess. Unless, of course, Pleggy's crocked till now in August, August with his calf, in which case they might rethink that quite quickly. Or Mr.
Now until August, did you say?
Well, I said if.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Fucking hell,
don't give Mike a heart attack.
Yeah,
Crying out loud. If he doesn't see Pleggy till the summer.
Spam me down, folks. Spam me down.
The lamination of his covers just hardened up from earlier.
Excuse me. Lamination. What are you on about?
He was he's got that
gone really red, Mike.
Leggy game.
Not ashamed.
So that's where I think we are. I think if Pato goes, he's going to be on a fair few quid because he
completely forgot about Patterson.
He was on the bench today.
Pato was on the bench today. So if all the rumours about Pato are true, or not getting enough game time, not happy, wants to go, fine. Then that's
again no loss. I don't think we've
released him for nothing. We only signed a 1-year deal, I think, anyway. Someone checked that, but I think it's 1-year deal. So if he goes, Such goes, that's 2 decent wages off the payroll. McCabe's gone, that's 3. I don't know what I think he was on 3,000-4,000 a week.
He would have been on something decent, wouldn't he, for being
it's still big money in League One, isn't it?
How long is Dale out for again?
Dale's out until end of Feb, beginning of March, I think.
Wouldn't you not send him back?
Well, if they would,
an awful long time
by now. Yeah. I think he's very, very respected for the effort he's put in the dark times. I think he wants to reward him with a few games end of the season, is my guess.
And look, if we don't get anybody in midfield, then as I said in our WhatsApp group yesterday, whenever it was, you would still then want to have him on the sidelines ready to come back because he could be so pivotal. Yeah, we've got these players coming back, but we've lost players, and that could still continue. So
you've got Caleb Roberts there, who would be the 4th midfielder, like he was in the Champ, and you got those 3, and then he plays in probably the Virtu Cup final or gets on the bench or whatever, and we move on there. So I think those are the 3 key positions. I think Mackenzie will come back and play the rest of the season, and him and Galloway will fix the left back position once and for all because it's been a bit temperamental. We've had more right feet on the left back position than anywhere else. And Benarus is still here as well, by the way. We've forgotten about him.
Yeah.
So if you think there's got a decent squad here of players that are all out and chomping at the bit. I've just seen the Finn and Hatch thing.
Yeah,
Hatch, yes. Finn, I think
no
he's
way.
around. I think he's got too much to offer the first team to not. And I did hear today that a certain club in the southwest will be looking at Freddie Osaka as well, and asking for his services for the rest of the season any day soon, which is good.
Andy pitting a bit of banter in response to Argo 83 there. Argo 83 saying, I heard we have that skint, we need to use food banks. And Andy saying in the chat, he is obviously watching, presenting as well with us. But yeah, he's replied with, Phil McCavity is joining as the club dentist. Deary me, it's poor, gents, it's poor. Daniel Booth impressing me again with some of his knowledge, the Barnsley fan. We are linked with Josh Stones from York City. Could join that race, would be a fantastic signing for either team. Only thing is Wigan have the option to buy back on him. Haribo Starmucks, do we still have that Scottish left back? Yes, we do. And he's started to form in the training routines as well as we were.
I think he'll be back in the next 2 weeks in some kind of squad.
So did anybody ask, you watched the presser, Gav, anything more from that? Did anybody ask about Eamon Benarus? Because he was missing from Stevenage.
Didn't ask today. No, he travelled with Stevenage because he was on the web, the tunnel cam in the change room. His shirt had hung up. So I think he was probably the go the other way, Steve Cooper, and you'll find your right answer. I think he's a good squad player. I really do. But I think at the moment we've got better. Foodie banks. I do genuinely think we've got better than Benarus. But it's really nice, isn't it, to have this rich tapestry.
It's good to have options again.
And go, which one are we going to play for this? And yeah, it's just lovely. And like the one I missed the most, and I said this to Paul Byrne yesterday, is like, when you take the Christmas tree down and then there's that one present that you forgot about behind the back, and you go, fucking hell, look, Christmas present. That's Ibrahim. Everyone's forgotten about him. And Mackenzie, both of them, they're like little boxes around the back of the Christmas tree. You go, shit, happy days, got a second Christmas day.
Well, we know what we're getting with Ibrahim, as we yet to see what we're getting with Mackenzie. So
that's why it's wrapped up with a bow.
Yeah. In nice and safe. Johnny Firth is just commented, like his wife said earlier, I got dragged along. Yes, I support York City, but enjoyed the game, Green Army. York City forever, and please don't be looking at our players. So, yeah, appreciate you watching and dropping a comment in as well. Accidental Pilgrim saying Foodie Banks. Oh, dearie me, what a player he was.
Going downhill quickly, isn't it?
It is. Daniel Booth saying Sam Cosgrove is doing bits in the league with Auckland. 10 matches, 4 goals, 3 assists. Could go in for him. Never rated him at Oakwell, but there's definitely a player there. Well,
if we're going to,
I think Andy could score goals in New Zealand.
Yeah. Ben Wayne.
If Ben Wayne came, yeah.
The one player I'd go back to if you were going to go back to an ex, it would be Mohamed Tajani. I think he'd be a cracking signing in this league. And I think he'd get goals for fun.
Yeah. Apologies to those listening on the podcast platforms for Gavin popping your eardrums, tapping the desk there.
With my wedding ring as well.
You do not realise how loud it is.
I know we discussed this before, lads, but Michael Baidoo is still our player.
He won't have. No, he won't.
We got 2 years left on his contract. So at the end of the year,
I'd recall him just to piss him off.
Well, we can't recall him now because it's an international loan. So there's no recall in January.
No, but when we can.
At the end of the year, I did say to Paul Byrne when I was speaking to him yesterday, I said, what are we going to do with Baidoo? I said, because, I don't think Hardy sold his house so he could move back in with a bit of a wry grin. And he was like, but you might be close to Truro, Steve. But I actually think if he sees the football, if we're playing good football at the end of the season, with the football TCs come in, he ain't going to want to play in front of one man and his dog in Saudi Arabia's second 11 next year. So he's either going to be looking for a new club now, but he's done. I think he's played 5 games and scored 2 goals and 1 assist or something over there. But who in God's earth? Because he's not going over there for the money, is he?
Well, you must. It's Qatar, isn't it? So there must be some wage
It's
in it.
Qatar's second division, right?
Yeah,
So it's about
he just
500.
it just all went wrong, didn't it, Gav? I mean, the whole Rooney thing, that's what he came for.
Yeah,
It was
he
done,
comes
as
to
we
play
know.
under.
Yeah, it was that deal that was almost.
But also,
almost
when
done
he
in the
went,
summer,
it
didn't
was because
happen until
Miron
then.
was coach, and he didn't get on with Miron. It would he have stayed if we knew TC was coming? I don't know, because TC Rooney, they're in the same batch of cohort of
He would have.
managers.
He's more of a man manager, isn't he? He knows who to best at players.
I could see him coming back next year and ripping up the Championship, League One. Sorry, ripping up League One. I think he's a good player. I think he's been mismanaged by his agent. Because he hasn't gone to Saudi for money, because he's on the same money as he was here, which is a lot. I think it was 12,000 a week. Because he was on record signing as well. So he hasn't gone over there. He hasn't gone over for the standard of football, because it's like dog shit. And he's playing in front of 25 men waving their sandals at him because he's so
you mean flip flop?
Flip flops.
Yeah, there you go.
Flip-flopping.
So I think he's going to have to reassess his life quite quickly, because we've got 2 years left of him, and we're not going to sell him because we're going to only get £250,000, £500,000 max for him now. So he needs to come back. He needs to tuck himself under TC's wing, and he needs to earn a place back in the team, because him and Caleb Watt would be really, really exciting in my opinion.
Is Og better out of contract in the summer?
Yeah, he's on loan and gone, and Callum Wright's on loan and gone.
Yeah,
There's a comment about Sissoko in the comment section, and
I know I did see that from Niall
really
Williams.
rate Sissoko. He's a one-trick.
Bolton don't rate Sissoko. He's had one good game for them in the cup.
Bolton fans don't like him, do they?
Massive attitude, isn't he?
Yeah, but we had bigged him up so much because he was a bit of a style
He
player.
looked class when he came, and he scored that goal, a couple of goals, didn't he? Yeah.
But he was just so inconsistent and poor. Right, just going to conscious of the time, everybody. So just to bring it up, so the last 8 matches, cleverly mentioned the last 10. I just went for the last 8. If we look at just coming into that December spell where things started to turn, with that Leyton Orient Cup win away. So I mean, we've played 8, won 4, drawn 2, lost 2, goals for 13, goals against 8. Obviously, the Reading and Doncaster game, the big differences there in that one, and 14 points. So I think, sort of Andy, when you look at that sort of form table, it is what it is, and obviously it doesn't lie. We have seen what we were trying to say for a few weeks in games. The Reading one that particularly Gavin and I just pointed on those positives that you try and look for in a game where you collapse like we did in that 10-minute spell. But it says it there, Andy, doesn't it? We are moving in the right direction, and now we're getting more players back. I don't want to jinx it, because again, it can go up and down, left, right, and all sorts in this league. But that is progress, and hopefully now with this home win, if we can sustain the home wins and the good results, whether it's a point or a win away, it's doable. Then we'll keep climbing.
Yeah, it's having that experience in the centre of the park, and it's having Edwards in the inside. It's having Rolls in the side, players that can sort of jivvy the others along, and get the youngsters going. So yeah, that's really positive. And when was the last time we sort of won? We've got 4 wins on the spin, or 4 wins and 2 draws. When was the last time we got points like that on the board? Long time. I mean, September.
What's nice is the +5 goal difference.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Which is why I said if we'd gone in the last sort of couple of minutes and scored another goal, that goal difference comes down even more. But
well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, as you say, Gavin, on the goal difference, the Doncaster obviously helped massively, but the Reading impacted it soon after. But to still have a +5 is then really good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good as it is now, isn't it? We're sort of starting to climb the table a bit now, and we're going to Peterborough next week. They're going to be licking their wounds from today, but I think we can go up there and beat them.
They've got another game
Saturday.
They've got another game Saturday in the league as well, haven't they? Because I don't think they're in the FA Cup still. In this case, they're going to. If they lose again Saturday, they're going to be nearly 3 on the bounce. So it could get interesting.
So we've got a good chance there to sort of put some meat on the bones that are already there, and climb the table a bit more, get up to where Reading are.
And try and get a plus goal difference on the plus.
Carl, just going to come to you, Carl, because I know you sort of being sort of quite sort of not on the fence. You were really struggling with sticking with the TC, and not all of us guys, believe it or not, we're not all going to agree on the same thing. We don't deliberately try and agree on everything at all. So but that form table, that December, and I was recapping a lot of it yesterday actually when I was just sat here with a cup of tea, and it's just like, actually, yes, our away form has turned massively. But it's regardless of where it's turned, the fact that it has in games, that's been massive December for us. Even though those Reading and Wycombe games were frustrating, it's still a big change of form, isn't it?
Yeah. Football fans are known to be fickle, and I'm sure we'll probably eat our words in a few months' time when we start climbing the table. But I know Gavin's now showing off because he backed him all the time.
Unwavering support.
Don't let me dig out the clip.
But no, I think
there is no clip.
I think there was a lot of things that were justified in how he was setting up players, playing out of position. His substitutes weren't really changing the game. But on the other side, I understood that obviously the injuries didn't help him. Obviously, before Derek Adams was here, he didn't really have anyone to kind of lay on or get any information from. So obviously Derek coming in is really helped him. Obviously players coming back from injury again is helped with people playing in the right positions. So I think going forward we'll see hopefully some more support from the fans for Tom, and I'm sure things will turn again. But I think some things were justified at the time. I'm still not 100% behind him. I still think we can do better. But yeah, I think we're more probably aligned now that he's not going anywhere, and I think we got to back him. And I'm sure the board will back him in January to move us up the league. I do like him. Like I said, he's a nice guy. We got told that at the fans forum. He's a nice guy. I do want it to work. I don't want us to be sacking managers left, right, and centre. And I think it will turn. It was just frustrating a few months, and obviously the injuries haven't helped. Players coming back obviously is now is helping us. So yeah.
Yeah, no, look, it's at the end of the day, no one knows until the end of the season. But yeah, it's been tough. It has been tough. So at least we've started 2026 on a bit more of a positive. Sadly, for the ladies, the Argyle women team did lose. It was 3-1 in the end. I think it was a couple of late goals, wasn't it, Gav, that did it for Watford? How was the game?
It was a very frustrating game to watch, actually. So first half, we were very, very good. We were very, very good. We outmuscled, outplayed, outpassed, outthought. We were sharper on the ball, speed of ball, and everything else was really, really good. New signing, and I've got to get a name right. Una Lua, sorry, scored from a really strong run down the right from Olivia Francis. I think it was Ellie Noble give her a pass. She beat her woman.
Beat her man.
Sorry, so easy saying it. Knocks it back into the red zone.
I mean, how would you know these days?
We scored really good goal. We were on it. We got away with one, I think, literally 46 minutes into the first half. I'm sure the ball crossed the line, but the lino never gave it from a corner that they needlessly gave away. And that kind of set the tone for the second half. It was quite nervous. The touches were poor. It was a cold, horrible day. The pitch seemed quite hard. So any pass, run away from, it wasn't 100% accurate, run away from our players. And then Watford turned into prime Wycombe. They were pinching, pulling hair, just nasty, horrible. Led pretty much by their coach, actually. So how the coach never got a yellow card. And it stemmed from, there was a woman referee, I thought did okay for about the first 35, 40 minutes. Once one hard tackle was ignored and a bit of tripping and a bit of pulling air was ignored, the tackles got more and more ferocious. She lost the game completely.
I was going to ask that, Gav, on the officials. Are they all ladies or do you get men as well?
No. A couple of weeks ago, there was an old boy who was probably about 60 who kind of jogged between the D and the D. And he was making decisions literally in a different postcode. Like the ball was 200 yards away and he's like... He was knackered, bless him. So the refereeing's pretty poor for a National League, basically League One setup is quite poor. But this woman, she let far too much go, and then they just seized on it. It all epitomised. The ball was rolling into touch, or bouncing into touch rather. Our players gone to get it, and their managers come out and slapped the ball out of our players' hands to stop us getting a quick throw. And the referee just ignored it and played on. It's like, if that had been an EFL game, they would have been sent off. It was just, and it got worse and worse. And then we got picked on the break. And then the last goal was literally calamity personified. Balls come over, Curls come out to take it. She obviously didn't scream loud enough. Her and, it wasn't Sooty, I can't remember who it was, one of the defenders bashed heads, or pretty much the ball fell over and empty net, rolled it in, done. And that was the end of that. So it was a really disappointing game, actually. And I think Marie summed it up really well at the end. That, they were good in the first half. They weren't at it in the second. They now need to bounce back because they've got to get this second spot at least to get in the playoffs, to play the Northern League's second place to go up. So disappointing. It was what was really nice, actually. Chief executive was there. Head of football operations was there. First team manager was there, along with a couple of the coaching staff. There was probably 1,400, 1,500 attended, maybe a bit more. So it was a really good day for the girls, apart from the result.
Yeah. No. Well, thanks for the insight, Gav. It's always good to share that in the show. Right, we are about to wrap up, folks. Matt Montgomery saying, agree. I'm not convinced by TC. Believe we will continue to be inconsistent. We'll finish around 12th to 13th. Then Simon Hunt and the board have another big call, given a top 6 was the target initial.
I mean, I'd snap your hands off at 12th and 13th.
It's not the 23rd or 24th. It doesn't matter, does it? We just got to
ability push on next year.
No, exactly. Look, we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. But that form league is certainly seeing us improve. So the next game. So we've got a bit of a space between now and next Tuesday, January the 13th, where we go for that EFL Trophy away game to Bristol Rovers. So that will be a watch along on that one. So join me for that. We'll see if we can progress through. Give some of the players maybe a bit more of a chance, or whether or not Cleverly will want to pick a strong squad again for that game. And then on the 17th, the Saturday, we are then away to Peterborough. So 2 watch-alongs in a week, that will be then. So yeah, that won't be an easy one. I think someone said like 1 defeat in 8. Was it, Andy? Did you say something like that earlier?
It's 2 defeats in 8, isn't it now? So yeah.
They're
still not bad. That's still good form, decent form at the minute.
Cool, that's really good form for this league to win that many. Just to wrap up January, on the 24th, we've got Luton at home. That's a 12:30 kickoff. And then the final 2 more games still to go in January, where we have a Tuesday night one at home to Mansfield. So back-to-back home games there. And then the final game, January the 31st, is Stockport County away. So yeah, so some good points to pick up there. In terms of table position, I don't have an image of it, but we are in 16th. Exeter managed to get a late equaliser, so that knocked us down a peg. Yeah, we are, Burton dropped to 21st, where we were sat on 27. Again, we're only on 30 as our the two other teams, Wigan above us and Exeter. It is really tight, and Stockport in the last place of the playoffs are on 39. As we said earlier, 9 points between that and the gap. Final thoughts, and I think we'll come to, we'll work out with the guys whether or not we probably won't decide it right now, but do we do a live lounge Thursday, or do we go live Saturday night? Probably do Thursday, gives us a break on Saturday to preview the game on Tuesday and talk about any other transfer news that might have happened. I think, did Cleverly say in the presser there might be a signing next week?
Yeah, this week, he thinks.
Yeah. So we'll digest that player as we like to do. So the slide decks might come back for a bit of that. Right, I'll go to some final thoughts then. So Gavin, please sign off with your thoughts at the end of today.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. It's all done. All right, where we got it shows, and the reason why I was sort of pro TC is it just goes to show when we've got some good players and they've just not been available for months, not a couple of games, months. Now we've got them coming back. Yes, we've beaten a poor side today, blah, 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 but we've also gone to some decent clubs and got good points. The team's gelling. It's getting better day by day. We've got some good, strong players coming back. Hopefully, a couple more in the window. So it's looking positive. Now it's TC and Derek's job to just make sure that this squad don't fall back on laurels and think they've won it when they're 15th, 16th, whatever it is. And they've got to push on now and get at that league and make some sort of real impact and get, keep on this 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 points per game. If we do that, we're going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, excellent. No, and Carl, yourself?
Yeah, consistency. We were craving that a few weeks back, and looks like we're starting to get it now. Performances are slowly getting there. Away form looks like it's been fixed overnight. Hopefully, we can sort out the home form. We started well in 2026, so yeah, let's push on. I think, yeah, like Gavin said, a point at Peterborough, come back at home and try and keep the home form going. Win at home, point away. It's playoff form, isn't it? So if we keep doing that, get some reinforcements in the window, and I'm sure we'll have more than enough to be up towards the top 10. And if we can have a late surge, sorry,
there's just under half the season left.
Yeah, so there's plenty of points to play.
As I said earlier, it's a Snickers, not a sprint. So we got plenty of time.
Yeah, and if teams keep picking up results against teams in the top half, then the league will get even more condensed. And I'm sure if we stay there or thereabouts, we'll have a sniff come near the end, hopefully.
Yeah, I think Stephen Cooper's asking, I'm assuming, Stephen, that you're asking just for an update on Tamerton. As I said earlier, was it 7-2, Carl?
It was just a friendly game up at Folkestone Park. Because we've had...
at Folkestone, you say. How was that infrastructure, Carl?
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. No, it's
impressive, isn't it?
First time I've been in there, really, really nice. Obviously, I'll take the little one back to do the soft play, because they had a little soft play there for the kids. So it's not all about Argyle and stuff. It's good. It's there for the community to use as well. So yeah, lovely little place. And when it's finished, I'm sure it will benefit the club for many years to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, so Andy, what we go off for a bit of obviously a break. We'll be back Thursday, but we don't have a Saturday game, which will be quite nice for a change. It was weird playing Sunday today as well. So, but yeah, how are you feeling going into the week ahead?
Well, do you know what? It was good coming out of Home Park. I mean, we walked down together, didn't we? And it was just nice to come out and talk about the game in a positive light, and then
take photos up Central Park.
Yeah, taking photos of Central Park and the trees. But coming out with a 4-0 win and thinking, right, that's good stuff. No, 3-0 win. Sorry, coming up with a 3-0 win and thinking, this is great stuff. Let's go and push on now. And I think Gav's hit it on the head. We've got some experience in there. We've got some good players coming back. It can only get better, can't it? So, yeah, I'm feeling optimistic, and I think we can make a late push for the playoffs.
Yeah, well, as D. Ream once sang, things can only get better. Paul Bailey just confirming the next fixture for the Tamerton under-15s versus Chadderwood, Saturday the 10th, Hoskins Field, 9:30 kickoff. Matt Montgomery saying, agree, Gavin must drum the message. Mediocrity can't be acceptable. Never be in with your league position. Content, thank you to myself for correcting myself. For in your league position. Oh, it's a late one. Michael Hawke saying playoffs. Am I watching the right podcast? Yeah, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. So thanks, Mike. Any transfer news, keep us informed. Thanks. We will do on Thursday. We do have PAFC News Hub, Finley. I will get him on. Come on, Finley. Respond to my messages. But yeah, we will get him on. He's a young lad that's doing his sort of journalism and stuff. So please give him a follow. And he does share his news in the Discord as well. But we do retweet as many of his posts as we can. So he will also keep us up to date with that. But other than that,
keep up, Lino.
Keep up, that guy every time. I swear you'll have that.
Keep up,
tombstone. Yeah, bless him. So yeah, Ben Bennett was referring to him very early on at the start of the show. Brian Pinaretta says, great show as usual. Come on, you Greens. January will be our month to move up the league. Seen a few other comments come in as well about the show. So thank you for that, folks. So final thoughts from me is, look, yeah, it's just patience. I'm glad we got that win at home. It does just put everybody in a different mindset, bit more positive. Can we sustain it? Hopefully we can. We can get on and march up that league. Thank you, everybody, for all your support over the festive period as well. It's been pretty hectic. I'll look forward to doing the next 2 watch-alongs with those games. That'll be good to do. But other than that, yeah, we shall see you all later.